It's now half a century since the Nottingham Playhouse relocated and reopened its doors to the public, and despite current financial pressures, they've just put on their most successful production ever.
The theatre's been home to some of the UK's most famous names over the last 50 years, and they're still investing to try and bring through the next generation of stars. Michael Sibbott has more.
Any excuse for some quality canapes, but this unique gathering of the Nottingham Playhouse alumni was a bit special, celebrating 50 years since the theatre relocated here in 1963. Under the guidance of its new director, John Neville, who later went on to star in The X-Files, the Playhouse wanted to attract a new audience to the theatre.
What John did was change the repertoire. I mean, at a place like the old Nottingham Playhouse, we would do Agatha Christie. We changed that to doing new stuff. I came to the first night. There was a young actor there who was come to walk on, really, first job. And I've got to know him more recently. That was Ian McKellen.
Yes, Sir Ian McKellen was part of the first company of actors here and starred in the first ever production, Shakespeare's Coriolanus. Here he's visiting the Raleigh Bicycle Factory whilst researching for a production of Saturday Night, Sunday Morning in 1964. He was also there at the same time as Edward Woodward and Dame Judi Dench. Later, the likes of Imelda Staunton and Alan Rickman were just some of the young actors given a chance on the theatre's stage.
I think it is probably the most important provincial theatre outside London that ever existed. I really do, because it stemmed from the old Playhouse and it's just given employment to loads of people. The standard of productions was always incredibly good and they had wonderful actors here. And I'm not saying I was a wonderful actor, but the company in general were fantastic.
The ethos here is about new talent, new work and taking a few risks, but that's getting more and more difficult in the current financial climate. A recent production here of The Kite Runner has become one of their most successful plays ever. It was produced in partnership with a theatre in Liverpool. Just one example of keeping costs down and making that investment go further.
How can you talk to him? Play with him. Call him your friend. He's not my friend, he's my servant.
We have to go into new partnerships. We have to find new ways of delivering work that is economically viable. And we're fortunate, we still have the full production facility here. So we have workshops, paint shops, props. So there are a lot of people out there who want to partner with us in the making of work.
In 2001, the Sky Mirror was installed at the theatre, designed by world-renowned sculptor Anish Kapoor, who later designed the controversial Orbit sculpture at the Olympic Park. It's become one of the city's most iconic symbols. So although the future here is about investing in new ways of getting people through the door, the next big project has a satisfying dose of history attached.
We're just about to take our production of Oedipus to America, to a big festival. It's another nice little thing, actually. It's a Stephen Burkoff production, which was a great success for us a couple of years ago. It's going to the Spoleto Festival in Charleston. But there's a lovely little link here, which is that Stephen was in the 1963 company as an actor. So he absolutely has bridged the history of this theatre.
So 50 years of history behind them, but the focus is still firmly forward. Michael Sibbott, ITV News, Nottingham.
That's half a century of incredible legacy there. Now, still to come on